It is happening, guys. We are gonna make this happen. We got a nice, beautiful excavator over there. Good buddy of mine, TJ. He brought it over and said, let's get some work done. And we're gonna dig the foundation to my house. Yes, that is happening, and it's terrifying, but also exciting too. It has been about 2 years in the process of trying to get this to happen, and it's finally starting to happen. And last fall, we got our gas line and our water line and electrical line right here to the site. Now we just have to survey it, figure out where we want to put it, and mark it all off, and then take the excavator and dig it all out. So anyways, he's getting the laser all figured out. Once get the laser figured out, then mark it off. So we finally figured out exactly where we want to locate the house. We wanted to slightly turn it so it's not exactly north and south. The reason for that is we got those beautiful sweetgrass hills over there. We call them the sweetgrass hills. And we want to have a little bit more of an angle to look at those things when we get a chance, because we don't really have a whole lot to look at when you look around me. There's not much going on out here. But anyways, we're marking off the first part of the house, and this will be dug. And then you got your garage, and then you have your other side of the house over here that will be dug too. So we're just kind of making sure that we get it all figured out, and he's doing a fantastic job. Oh, it'd be nice to have one of these. The amount of damage I could do. Oh man. But what would be really nice is that grapple in the front, or the thumb I should say. You know how much steel we can move and clean up around the Quonset over there with all the bins? Anyways, let's dig the first part, and then we'll just keep on digging. Oh man, is that a lot of dirt. And that's just a small fraction of dirt that's gonna be moved out of here. The camera doesn't give it justice. But we still have, now granted the hole's bigger than the house is, because we wanna make sure you have enough room to work around the outside of the ICF blocks. And then you gotta wrap it and put the drain tile in and so forth. So it's a lot bigger than what it looks or what it's gonna be, but we still gotta dig out to this point, as you can tell, and we still have to go that ways, a little ways, so. Yeah, a lot of digging, but this is like perfect weather to get it done. Get this dug, and then slowly but surely moving closer and closer to having a house built. Alrighty, good deal. We're having some good progress. By the way, got a transformer here. I just have to put, well, I'll just show you. This pole right here is where my meter box is gonna be. I'm gonna shove that down on the ground so I can mount my meter to it, run the lines to the transformer, they can hook it up. I have a transfer switch in there too that I wired up. So that way, in case the power goes out, I can transfer it over and have a generator to generate the house. But anyways, hole's looking pretty good. It's a good size hole. Let's go down inside. Now, let me just be smart about it and go down the steps face forward so I don't fall. That's terrifying. So here's the deal. We marked it out on the ground. He dug it all out. We got down inside here. We started to mark where the house is gonna go, and it'll fit, except for in some areas there's just not enough room to work between the ICF forms. Now the ICF forms that are, for those are not familiar, they're foam blocks that insulate your concrete, and you can pour the concrete inside and it's like having a big form. So that's called ICF. Awesome, you'll get to see that in a few weeks or so when we start doing this. But anyways, you can't get around the outside, so he dug that out. He had to dig this out a little bit more, and he's working on this corner because it's just a little tight, but he does have to dig out a section here because there's a kind of a bedroom, and then also our dining room is up above it, so he's going to dig that out and make a ramp here as well. So then that way he can take skid steers or whatever you need to get down inside. You can just drive right down the ramp and get down here to work, and then we'll backfill later. So just how it goes. That's a beast of a excavator, I'll be honest. That thing is, it's hard to keep up with it. Oh yeah. Almost done. I know it keeps saying that, but we are almost done. We just have to dig the footings for the garage over there, 4 feet down. But he made this cute little ramp so we don't have to go down a ladder. And the skid steer should be easily making up and down this ramp, because you're gonna have to come in here and clean out some of the corners, and then if there's little high spots, which there's a few in here, you can scrape them out. But then also too, a lot of gravel needs to be brought in here. So get the footings, put a bunch of gravel in here, and then I'm going to do radiant floor heat. I finally made the decision to just bite the bullet and do it. So this will have a bunch of tubes underneath the concrete that's going to run a lot of warm water or a solution, and you can radiate heat off your concrete floor. Heat will rise, so technically in theory you won't have a furnace running as much upstairs, because as the heat warms here, it'll kind of slowly go to the top level and then just kind of heat that as well. And then when it's really cold outside, the top level will kick the furnace on, warm that up, but then you can have two climates. So down here you could set this at like 70 degrees, and you could set upstairs 72 degrees, and they're two different deal. And then I'm also doing radiant heat in the garage, just because I don't have to have a heater in there. It'll be the heater. So yeah, fun. I feel extremely, extremely blessed. And it's terrifying at the same time too, because this has been years and years of dreaming of this moment, and it's actually happening. And the fact that it's happening, it just blows my mind. We're going in debt a lot of money in debt, but I think we can make this happen. So I'm excited to get out of a trailer house. Let's put it that way.